Hello and welcome to the Calmcast, a time to feel calm and think clearly. I'm Claire Downham, the Queen of Calm, a transformational life coach. I was a burnt out head teacher who finally made the journey to calm after years of trying, and I want to prevent you from having to do the same. The Calmcast is a series of short explorations, gently guiding you back to your natural state, which is calm and clarity. Just listen like you would listen to music, with an open mind and curiosity. There's nothing else to do. Now let's relax into today's episode. So today's episode is entitled Similarities, because the world looks like humans aren't similar at the moment, really. Yeah, I guess it always does. The time when I'm recording this particular episode, when I'm speaking this, it'll probably, it'll be elsewhere at different times. There's some unpleasant things happening in the world. But I woke up really early this morning and kind of was downloaded this idea, these new thoughts came to me about what to share today. And what I want to share is that we are all connected in a world where right now it looks like we are ridiculously disconnected. We are connected. We're all really one. We're, however you look at it, whether you're looking at it through energy or spirituality or quantum physics, which is about energy anyway, isn't it really? However you're looking at it, we are connected. There's a life force, an energy that runs through us. And I feel really emotional while I'm sharing this, because it's hard to see in the world right now that life force is there. But it is. It's the same life force that has, the spring flowers appearing now. And, in this country, in the UK, there will be, flower after flower after flower. They all know the sequence they're supposed to appear in. And that same energy is what's running us, human beings. And if you ever spend time with a small child or a group of small children or babies, and they don't see a disconnection when they're tiny. They may fall out momentarily over a toy or something, but they don't have that disconnection, and that is still inside all of us. And I called this session Similarities because I want to point to all the things that are similar. And that first thing is that we are all human beings, and that we're all connected. We're all part of the same energy, the energy of life, if you want to call it. You can call it whatever you like. You can call it the universe, God, energy of life, energy of nature, I quite like. It doesn't really matter what you call it, but it connects us all. And then there's how we create our experience of life. And that is done through this amazing creative force of thought. As I often say, the reason I am able to share my words across the world, literally, is the thoughts and ideas that somebody had that they trusted and followed and that felt like a good idea at the time. And I'm talking about something that, I see it as beneficial, being able to share things like this right across the globe. But then we think about things that have been invented that perhaps, looked like a good idea at the time and don't look like a good idea right now. The splitting of the atom looked like a good idea, didn't it? There are other things that humans have done. The creation of plastic. I know we really rely on it, but goodness gracious, it's causing a mess in the world, isn't it? Maybe, but it is what it is. And thought is there all the time. It isn't just about amazing inventions and creations in the world that we see, but it's about every single moment of our life is being, like right now, this experience I'm having talking to you is being created via the thinking that looks real to me. The words that come out of my mouth, Lord knows where they're coming from. Have you ever thought about that while you're speaking? I might actually stop you speaking, so I'm not going to think about it too hard. But thoughts are so interesting because you've probably, the other aspect, the other thing that is similar between all of us is that we're conscious beings. We're aware, we're noticing, and you'll have noticed that thing where you have a thought, perhaps it's an unhappy thought or a scary thought, and when you're not thinking about, when you're not focusing a lot of attention on it, it doesn't seem that important. And then you notice it and it comes back into your awareness. I've got back pain at the moment. And just before I said I've got back pain at the moment, I wasn't really noticing my back pain because I was talking to you. So the noticing wasn't there and the pain wasn't there. So the consciousness. And those three things, the aliveness, the consciousness, and the thought, come together to create our experience. And we're all working that way, all of us. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're doing right now. That is how your experience is being created. The trouble is that most of us don't know that. I have a lovely teacher and person who I follow a lot, Michael Neal, and he says, that voice in your head is not the voice of God. But my God, my God, a lot of us believe a lot of the time that it is, don't we? It feels like it's instructional. It feels like it's telling us what to do. And particularly when there's a bit of emotion involved, because they're connected. When we think something, we feel it. The more consciousness we put into that thought, the more awareness we give it, the more we feel it. And from that place, we make our decisions. We feel a feeling. We have a level of awareness as to where that feeling is coming from. If we think it's coming from the outside world, we will do something in the outside world. Send a rude email or, shout at our other half or our kids or whatever. That's what we have. That's what we all have. And so when people are doing things that look heinous in the world, they're functioning exactly the same way as you. It's just they think that is the voice of God. That's all. They just believe that thinking. No matter what they're doing, they're the same as you. They're not just similar, they are the same. They are functioning psychologically in exactly the same way as you. And we all make mistakes. We all get things wrong. Often we make mistakes and we don't even realise we've made a mistake until somebody else points it out to us. Some people's mistakes and some people's misunderstanding of their thoughts and feelings is catastrophic for other people. But they're still similar. They're still the same. They're still functioning in the same way. Yeah, that's it for today, really. Probably need to go off and have a little cry. Yeah, I hope that was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for listening. There's nothing to do now but bring some awareness to how this is working out in your life. Listen regularly to experience longer and longer periods of calm. This has been the Calmcast with Claire Downham, Queen of Calm. Take care and keep listening.